Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It is 9 p.m. Wednesday night, and it's your boys, Mike and Mish, with the Mike and Mish Show. What up, Mike?
What is up, Kyle? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the
Welcome back.
greatest bare knuckle show in the world. What's up, man?
Oh, dude, we're fresh off a fucking Clearwater weekend, and it was awesome to see Elvin Brito get back in the winner column. And Mike Richmond's return was fantastic. It was a good night. We had another watch party at Mohegan Sun. It was the shit. Yeah. And I'm feeling pretty good. I just got done with baseball practice with my kids, and my back is fucking killing me. And I just smashed some food real quick and jumped on here.
About a week back?
About a week back. Why don't we do some sponsor reads real quick, because we got a triple header for everybody tonight. We got Suga Shane Jordan coming on. He's going to be taking on David Diaz in a week or so at KnuckleMania 4 out in L.A., and then we got Daniel Alvarez, who's also returning to the Squared Circle at KnuckleMania 4. He's going to be joining us after Shane, and then we'll round it out with, like I just mentioned, Elvin Leon Brito, who was very impressive in a return win this past weekend. Oh yeah, this past weekend in Clearwater. He wants to run back, make another run for his belt. So we got to get him on here last. So let's go ahead and do our sponsor reads. Of course, we got the best damn supplements on the market, and I've said this a million times. I'm a supplement fucking freak, and I'm a gym rat, and I've taken them all, probably too many of them. But these supplements here are the cleanest, best, most effective supplements I've taken in a very long time. I'm on the pre-workouts. I'm on the BCAAs. I use their protein. I use their collagen peptides. I fucking love it all. And I haven't felt this good in a while. So I've been in the gym for about 2 months strong now. And I feel like old me again. And I owe it all to our sponsor, Bucked Up. And their energy drinks are fantastic as well. So go over to buckedup.com. Use promo code Mike and Mish 20 and get a full 20% off of your total purchase. Trust me, you'll love it. Right, Mike?
You will. You will love it. It's fantastic stuff. Everybody loves it. They got a little bit for everyone. They got stuff for you, the gym rat. They got stuff for the females. They got stuff for me who just runs,
Yeah, and they got those little buckshot too. So if you want to go out to the Mohegan Sun, May 11th for BKFC 61, you need a little pick-me-up in the middle of the night and you don't want to do anything illegal, just take a buckshot from buckedup.com, baby. All right, and who else we got, Mike?
Oh, boy. We got Dynamic Life, sexual health, weight loss, and anti-aging. Retake control of your life by reaching optimal health. Visit www.livedynamic.com. It's the only online platform where you can become a patient in under 20 seconds. Also, check out their Instagram page at Live Dynamic. That's LIV Dynamic on Instagram.
Boom. So if you just double stack our two sponsors, right? You get on the supplements, you get on the energy drinks, you get yourself in really good shape. You go over, you become a patient at Dynamic Life. You get yourself some boner meds. You stop losing your hair and you stop aging. You live forever.
Yeah, you're perfect. Looking perfect. You're almost immortal, really.
You're almost immortal. Let's go ahead and bring in our first guest, Mike. Who do we got up first?
So we will be bringing in Shane Jordan. So let's watch a little bit of video on him, and then we will talk to the man right after this.
and then move. There you go. That's exactly. Double it. Move. All right. Now next time you move out, you're gonna drop it right here. All right. Playing with me. Double it. He's coming to get you. Yeah. There you go, bro. Do it. Take a little more time. I'm gonna throw that up. Okay? You stop on that back foot with a break. Boom. Double it. Get up. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Boom.
Ooh. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Ready to fight, dog. Ready to fight. Come on. Return.
Ready to hurt
You ain't
somebody.
fucking letting him do shit, bro.
You reach
You ain't
right
letting him
through.
do shit.
You reach right
You ain't letting him
through.
do
You reach
shit.
right
Let's go.
You ain't
reach
letting
right
him do
through.
shit. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, stay with it.
Came to fight, baby.
Come on.
What a transformation. What a mean guy.
Come on, dog.
What a
Let him
mean
know.
guy.
Let him know.
Come on. Come on.
Gonna go drink some milk.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Little ass.
Breathe, bro. That's what I'm fucking talking about, baby.
There you have it. Welcome to the show. Suga Shane Jordan. I am unmuting your microphone. Shane.
I think he might be frozen.
Shane, you are frozen and muted.
Yeah, I think he's frozen. I think he got oh, hold on.
Here we go.
Popping back on.
But
Hey, you're back.
Yo.
Hey, you're just lagging out a little bit right now on us.
I can see that. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
yeah,
can.
we can hear you.
All
What's
right.
going on,
What's
man?
going on? What's going on?
Oh, welcome to the show, my friend. Welcome to the show. We are excited to talk to you. You
I'm
got a
excited
big
to be
fight. Yeah, man. When we first were asked to have you on here, I thought you were an LA kid, but then like we did our research and you're from our neck of the woods, my friend.
Yep, that's right.
You're from the fucking
Brockton.
That's what I'm talking about. Brockton. That's what I was saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Well, welcome to the show. It's good to have another New Englander on here, and I'm happy to
Hell
hear
yeah.
that you're making your debut next week. Pretty awesome.
Yes, sir.
So let's go right into it, man. For the most people that watch our show and follow the BKFC, they didn't know all too much about you, but they did see you in Bryce's corner and they saw you training with him. But I think what people don't understand is that you have more fight experience under your belt than the man that you're going to be stepping in the ring with next week. I think people don't even know that about the two of you. He does have experience in bare knuckle, but those are his only 3 pro fights of his life, or only 3 fights, sanctioned fights of his life.
Right.
You have a boatload of amateur fights. You fought Gold Glove, and you've been in the game for a minute.
Yes, sir. That's right. Yeah, I first got into the gym when I was 13. I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts, City of Champions, home of Rocky Marciano and Marvelous Marvin Hagler. So that's where I started my fighting, and then competed in the amateurs for a long time. Had some good fights, got a lot of experience in there, and still going. And moved out to LA only 2 years ago. So got out to the West Coast not too long ago, and been trying to make a name out there. And now we got on the BKFC show to try to make a statement here.
What got you to move out to LA?
Work. My main business is personal training into the fitness industry. I've been doing that for a long time. It was a blessing for me when I was 19 to hop in the fitness industry and help a chain of gyms open up, which was when boxing got big into the fitness industry. I got to be surrounded at all times. So then made a name for myself here in the boxing world and in the fitness industry. Put a spotlight on me here a little bit, which was good to open up other doors. And I went out to LA just to expand my network and my brand and my name for myself. So I went out there and then, ended up linking up with Bryce and everybody else out there. And it's exactly what I wanted to do. So that's what got me out there.
Were you hanging around with Bryce in the hotel lobby when we were there a couple of months back? When he made his debut, we were running into him, and he always had a couple people with him.
I was there for sure.
Yeah, it was you for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, when you moved out to LA, coming from the East Coast, I always think about I used to listen to Bill Burr's podcast all the time.
Hell yeah.
And Bill used to say,
Hey,
he said, we used to, we're used to drinking at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for football games, and then the 4 o'clock games. He goes, that shit starts at 10:30 out here in LA. He's like, you're fucking shitty by noon. And then by the time the 4 o'clock games go around, you don't know what to do with yourself. What was it like adjusting to the LA life coming from the East Coast?
Yeah, man, it was pretty tough, and exactly that with the sports, man. We're City of Champions over here with Patriots, Celtics, all that, and through the last NFL season, I probably watched 3 games on a Sunday because I wasn't up in time. You know what I mean? Well, I was up, but it's like you're not ready to get going at 10 o'clock in the morning, you know? So it took a little adjusting to get to the sports and the different time zones, but the West Coast completely different than the East Coast. It's good for what it is, but it's good, man. I feel like you go up to LA with a purpose. You're gonna find what you're looking for out there. That's it, man.
So you're in the BKFC now, and you helped Bryce train for his fight. But what are your thoughts on the sport? You obviously like it because you're about to do it. Coming from a boxing background, growing up in boxing, boxing Gold Glove and stuff like that. You're a boxing purist, obviously. Were you hesitant to take the gloves off and do this, or like when Bryce said, "Hey, I think I'm going to fight bare knuckle," were you like, "Are you fucking crazy?" At first, what was the reaction initially?
Yeah, so I'll start it off with when Bryce had mentioned he was going to do it, I was like, "What, bro? Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm down." I'm like, "All right." And then he's like, "Oh, I want you to train me," and worked it out. But at initial, I was like, "Wow, this is insane!" Like I saw it coming out to be. I saw Nico Hernandez. He was another Olympian boxer that did it a few years back. I saw him do it, and I was like, maybe this is like it's starting to turn into something. But when I did it with Bryce and got to see it from the inside out, I love fighting. That's why I'm a boxer. That's why I'm in the gym. I love every combat sport. I don't watch MMA as much, but I love it. I'm there to support it no matter what. So then when I got to see what BKFC was all about, how big the stage was, how well they run everything. Dave Feldman is an awesome guy, how he supports the fighters and the whole community. I loved it. And my first experience with Dave Feldman, is honestly probably why I'm really want to do this. You know what I mean? He's a cool dude. Walks up to me. We're in, I think it's getting ready for the weigh-ins up in Albuquerque. And he comes up and he's like, he looks at me. He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I was like, the fuck? He knew who I was, right? But I didn't really know if he knew me. And then
he sized you up a little bit.
Yeah, he looks me up and down. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I was like, "Yo, is this dude serious?" He's like, "Who is that? Fuck with you, man." But he said he's a Jersey guy, so he's East Coast. So we know how to vibe with each other like that, So I saw that, man, and I see the opportunity with BKFC. And honestly, I'm gonna say it like this: I think BKFC is where UFC was back in 2003, and I see it being the next best thing. So I'm all about investing into myself and my career. I train people in boxing every day because I love it. I've trained kids since I was 16 years old. I love it. And now that I get to have this opportunity, it's an investment for me to keep showing my face out there, showing what I love to do, and keep building a name for myself. And I honestly don't think I could have had a better opportunity than to be in this position that I'm in right now at BKFC.
Absolutely. And you know what? And you said you train kids every day. You train people in boxing, but when you guys got your first initial entry into this sport, you linked up with a guy that actually trains differently for bare knuckle, and that's Lorenzo Hunt. There are certain guys out there like Lorenzo and Elvin Brito and Reggie Barnett. There's a few guys that have really started to perfect the training aspect for this sport, because before nobody knew what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? They were all
a lot of people
fighters,
just thought it was boxing with no gloves. That's what people thought it was, because it's very similar, but there's a lot of intricacies.
But like you trained with Lorenzo a little bit. There's different angles you could strike from. There's different ways there's different ways to defend and block. And Lorenzo, he fucking works his forearms so that they become concrete, so he can break hands with his forearms. He's got the weird. So now that you're into it, to this sport, and you believe it's the next best thing, are you going to try to maybe develop some sort of training geared towards this sport? Would you try to push kids toward that?
Absolutely. I'm gonna say this right off the bat. I'm definitely not going into this fight for like a one and done. Like I said, I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30. I've been literally boxing for 17 years. I always wanted to chase a title, a WBC belt, and do all that. I'm not saying that still can't happen, but this is a great opportunity for me to really put a name out in the fight world and show myself what I can actually do. And what better way to take the gloves off and do it the real way too, you know? In a new stage, a new company, a new brand. So I think it's the best opportunity to do it.
It's like you just said, it's the next big thing, but it's like the purest form of like you don't need to know all that much besides a fist fight. We're excited because we've been pushing for Mohegan Sun forever. Like I live a half an hour, 45 minutes from Mohegan Sun. Mike lives an hour from Mohegan Sun.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and you're from Brockton, so Brockton's not far from Mohegan Sun. It's so exciting to know that 1 month from now they're going to be in the Mohegan Sun Arena, and like this whole new area of fans can be exposed to this sport, because a lot of people aren't watching it on the app. As much as we try to push it on them, they need to see it, man. And I hope they fucking fill up Mohegan Sun, and I hope New England like falls in love with it. And next thing you know, they're in Boston and they're fucking everywhere around here. And then maybe you can get a fight in front of your hometown up there in Beantown.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I'm 10 days out from a fight, and I'm in Boston right now.
You're in Boston right now?
Oh, really?
I'm in Boston right now. I came back to network and show people what we're about to do. So I'm trying to bring BKFC here.
Fuck,
and
were you here? Were you here this past weekend?
Yeah, I'm here right now.
How long are you here till?
Saturday. I'm flying out in the morning. Back to LA.
Oh, damn it! Because
we gotta go. Gotta
got
go
a bunch of these flyers.
Man,
I would have went and brought you a bunch.
I got contacts out here for sure. I got them all. Yep.
For sure. And you know what? Mike and I hosted the BKFC Clearwater watch party at Mohegan Sun last Friday. We would have fucking asked you to come down. I didn't know this.
Man, I would have been there in a heartbeat. I can fill you guys in, but I have a watch party here in Boston at a restaurant where everybody can pull up to and watch it there.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, nice.
Good way to promote BKFC here too, for sure.
I love it, man. And let's talk about David Diaz for a second. He's a dog. You've seen him, and let's go Perros. He's not just doesn't just say it. He actually is a dog. He's in super bloody, violent fights every time he goes out there. He's not the most technical of fighters, but he's getting better from one fight to the next in his career. When you see David Diaz, when they asked you to fight him, did you know who he was? No. Okay. And then you did your research. You probably checked out his couple fights. And what are your thoughts on him?
Man, hey, I'm going to say this right. There's no shit talking for me or anything like that. When shit talking has to come, it comes, because it's a fight at the end of the day. But I have respect for all fighters and anybody that gets in there. And I'm just going to speak facts. No, I mean, he's a rough dude. He's looks like he's got a chin on him. He could take some shots, and he's going five rounds in BKFC, where I think he did that 3 times or almost, right? So I don't think a lot of people are doing that in BKFC. They're either getting ended in first, second round and stuff like that. So props to him on that. So I'm gonna say this. I don't know how hard he's been hit. I don't know these dudes that he's fighting. The last guy he fought looked pretty good, but I hit hard. I'm tall. And let me put it this way. You know, I know I said it this first. I was like, I'm not coming into BKFC being like, oh, boxers are going to take this over and da-da-da. Like that is not the thing. But I'm going to say this. Why did I go to a boxing gym? Why did I go to a boxing when I was 13? It's because I was fighting in the streets, because I was getting suspended from school, and my dad brought me up to the gym so I didn't get stuck in the streets. And I went there because I was fighting. So I'm a fighter. And then I got to train my hands even more lethal for 17 years, and now I'm a grown man. So when I get to take the gloves back off, and just like we're getting off the school bus again, like back in the day, we're gonna find out what a real punch feels like.
I have a feeling it's gonna be a pretty good scrap, because I think David gets his heart from living in South Central LA because you know what I mean? Like I guarantee you he's probably been through it himself, you know, and that's exactly why you see when he fought the last guy you're talking about, Travis Thompson, the first two guys were debut in bare knuckle. Travis Thompson just fought for the 10th time. Unfortunately, it was a very short fight in Clearwater. Something happened to his eye, I believe. But at that time, that was the guy that he fought with the most experience, and he did take him 5 rounds. But yeah, you could see the heart, and that's something you just can't train. You cannot train heart into somebody. It does not matter. We've seen it time and time again in this sport. People come in here, they're like, I do this, I do that, and then they go in and they're done in a second. People who have heart, forget it. You just can't train that. So no, I'm looking forward to seeing two guys who are beefing in the streets, get in the ring and beef there. That's always a good time.
Hell yeah.
One thing that David does, and then I think that, like, I'm sure you've prepared for this. You are starting on the scratch line, 3 feet apart from each other. It's not like a boxing match where and you know this. You're not coming from opposite corners, and you're not approaching each other across the ring. David is known for firing off the starting line. You know what I mean? Like, you might be busy early. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you expecting the same David Diaz that you saw in the videos that you've watched, or maybe you think?
I mean, I've seen some pretty similarities in all 3 fights,
right?
That I've seen. So
it's come forward, get bloody, hum fucking shots.
Yeah.
Take 1 or 2 to give 1 or 2. Like, so I wonder how this is going to go now that you're saying you got all, you hit hard. So with your background, with your size, your strength, and your youth, you're only 30 years old, still a young guy. I'm in my 40s now. Been in the Army for 23 years.
You don't look a day over 25, brother.
Oh, well, that's the internet.
It's beautiful. That's a beautiful face on you.
Yeah, that's the internet. That's because I shaved my fucking head.
It looks good, man.
Yeah, I got that stone cold look. 30 to 34, 30, like, honestly, those were my prime years. So do you feel like you're going into your prime right now at 30 years old?
100%.
Like, I just stronger than ever, all that stuff, right?
Stronger than ever, and I don't feel 30. Like, I keep reminding myself that I'm 30, and I'm like, holy shit. But nah, man, it's my man muscles have just come in not too long ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're right at the peak.
I used to work out with this dude. He was an old grizzly fucking E7, big 6'2", 225-pound gym rat. And he was 53 when I was 28, 29 years old lifting with him. And he would always go, you know what? You don't have motherfucking old man strength yet. He goes, you'll never be as strong as me until you get that MFOMS. And I'm like, MFOMS? And he goes, motherfucking old man strength. You need to get that MFOMS. And once you get that, you'll never be, you're going to hit strengths that you never had. And it was right around 30, 31, 32 that, like, I could run through a brick wall. Now I feel all the pains and every ache in every joint in my body because of it.
Oh yeah, you got like a 10-year window after that. And then it's like, oh no more.
Yeah. And then we just talk about everything after that.
Yeah.
So LA next week, biggest show in the BKFC's history. Who's going to be in your corner? You going to have Bryce with you out there? Anybody else we know?
So I got my boy AJ. He's been he's a LA based guy. So my boy AJ, he's been around for a long time. He's there with me. And I'm leaving the spot open to Bryce to hop in the corner if he wants to. If he's watching this right now, which I hope he is, but I'm trying to have him hop in the corner as well, just to have some fun with me and kind of trade places for this one. You know what I mean? So. But if it ain't him, it's going to be somebody else. So we'll have 2 people there.
You know what's funny about Bryce is I was just in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. You know about East Stroudsburg? I don't know if you ever heard of it before, right? The only reason I know is because we go around that area for annual training for the military, right? So because both of us are actually still in. So I went
thank
there.
You guys for your service, by the way.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So we go there, and I'm doing a little recon on the site that we're going to be going to in a few months, right? And so we go out to the bar. I went out with my boss. Random, just so random. I had the BKFC stuff on, right? And I'm in the bathroom waiting for a freaking to take a piss. And somebody mentioned something to me, and I'm like, what's up? And he's like, oh, something about the bare knuckle. He said something. It was so fucking loud in there. And then he's like, didn't Bryce Hall fight for a bare knuckle? And I was like, he did actually. And I was like, that's fucking crazy because not a lot of people stop me to talk about bare knuckle because I wear bare knuckle stuff all the time when I'm out, just because we want to get that word out to everybody. And I was like, real? I was like, yeah, actually, we've talked to him before. So I showed him the fight, a couple of people, and I mentioned that we were going to be talking to you. So hopefully they tuned into the show. But it's really crazy because when Bryce came to the fight, there's the haters. You're going to get the haters. You probably have a fair amount of those same haters coming after you, right? Because they know, he trains the influencers. That means that you don't know anything at all. That means you can't do anything. You're not a human being. You're just an influencer. You can't box, right? It's kind of crazy. People just don't think. And but he came there, and that's what people did. Why is he fighting? Why are we giving him the platform? And here I am in a random bathroom with college kids, and those kids know about bare knuckle fighting through Bryce. So obviously it worked. I mean, it's insane, but it worked. I
mean, what did he have for that fight? Like 13 million concurrent viewers for that fight.
Yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot.
Crazy.
And yeah,
he's a
I
big
think it's
boy
fantastic.
too, man. That kid's a fucking tank.
Oh, he's a savage, man. I'll give shout out to Bryce. He knows I know what's up, but he can actually fight, man. And I've known him for almost 2 years now, and I work with him every week. And that kid can fight, and let me tell you something. Like, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I will always, whatever I say I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up and do it. And not to label Bryce just a celebrity or anything like that. But a lot of the celebrities that I've met, he's completely different. He's a real dude, 100% real guy, down to earth. But he literally has always been like, yo, I'm going to do this. And he goes and does it. You don't have to be a celebrity to do that. You could be a bum off the street, just say, go do something. You still got to have that mindset. So he's got all the money, he's rich. He's doing he doesn't have to do that stuff. But he got up one day and said, I'm going to go do it and do it. So big respect to Bryce. And not a lot of people could do that stuff.
That is badass, man. And hey, and by the way, who ended up getting you to get a fight in BKFC? Like, how did you end up getting a contract? Did they approach you? Did you hook up with anybody in the BKFC to get you in there? Well, how did this happen?
Yeah, so I mean, I met a few people in there. Juggernaut, Kaylee. Shout out to Kaylee. She's a photographer, videographer.
Yep, we know her.
Yep.
She's awesome.
She definitely put the word out there for me. She got me set up on a phone call with it was Kevin Smith, Rob, and Brandon from Jackson and Wink. And then I got a call from Jack, set up a Zoom meeting, whatever. And then ever since that, I think there was 2 fights. I was gonna fight in the December card and another one, and just opponents didn't work out or whatever. I've been trying to fight for 3-4 months on BKFC, and everything happens for a reason. And now I didn't know if it was gonna happen or not. Now we're on the biggest card yet for my debut on BKFC. So
yeah,
that's badass.
Yeah, and I got a call one day that we we might not get it, and then we got a call back. Hey, hot ticket. They want you on this, so do you want to do it? I'm like, sign me up. So
it's fucking awesome, dude.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. And
thank you.
You know what? You mentioned a couple people that Mike and I we pretty much go out to eat with those guys every single time we go to an event. We end up going out to eat with Kevin and Brandon and those guys for at least one meal while we're at whatever city. They're great people. They always take care of their fighters too. So. Yeah, man, we got a few other guests we got to get to tonight, but before we let you go, just a message to everybody that's going to be tuning in August, Jesus Christ, April 27th, LA, KnuckleMania 4. What can we expect out of you and David Diaz? There's the poster right there.
There it is.
What can we expect, man? Why should they be tuning in?
All right, man. Everybody's got to tune into this fight. If you know me, for one, you know how much this means to me. If you haven't watched a BKFC fight, tune into this, and I'm going to show you. This is my first debut fight for BKFC, and I'm going to show you what a true fighter is, and I'm hoping for a great fight. I know it's going to be, and I'm ready to put on a show, make a statement in here. So everybody tune in, and hey, boxing's fun and all, but when you get to take the gloves off and get to that the real gritty stuff, this is where it's going to be. So if you want to see that real fight, tune in April 27th, Peacock Theater, LA. Suga Shane, we're taking that dub. And that's it, baby.
And then it's on to the next.
On to the next.
Are we going to see you at Mohegan Sun May 11th? You're going to take a trip back across the country to see some fights at Mohegan?
I would love to. And my goal, man, is to get it back here on the East Coast in Boston. But I just want to leave it off too that I love growing brands and growing companies, and I believe in this one. So I'm really excited to have this opportunity, but I really want to support BKFC and get it to where it's supposed to be. So I'm going to do my job, and hopefully everybody else does theirs.
Listen, can you imagine where this fucking company is going to be when you're 35 years old? You're only 30 right now. 35 years, 5 years from now, this company is going to be $1 billion company. Mark my words. I have no doubt.
I'm here for the ride. I'm strapped in, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey,
go.
and before we let you go, I got to ask you, favorite Red Sox player of all time. I'm just curious because I keep staring at the hat. You know what I'm saying?
Curt Schilling.
Curt Schilling. You know what? I met Curt Schilling on a USO tour in 2008 deployment. I got a picture with him. He's massive. My favorite Red Sox of all time is Manny Ramirez, and I don't give a shit anything about any of the steroids and any of that stuff. Manny was the fucking man. I love Manny.
Manny was the man.
Second, David Ortiz. Always.
Yeah, of course. I went to Poppy's last game at Fenway. Mary J. Blige sang the
hell yeah.
The thing, the president of the national anthem, Mary J. Blige, the president of the Dominican Republic was there. That was like the fucking best day ever. But I got kicked out of Game On that day, so that was
hell cool. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, you had a boy.
I've been, it's definitely been down that road a few times.
Hell yeah! All right, so thank you so much for coming on, Mike. You got anything else for Shane?
Shane, I can't wait to meet you in person. We will be there next week, KnuckleMania. I cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic. First show ever in California. Gigantic KnuckleMania for everybody. Better tune in. We will see you there. And I am super happy that you love this company and you're in, because that's what we need. We need everybody to be in and share the sport, share the love. Let's not hoard all this fantastic combat sport. Let's let everybody see it, right? So thank you for coming on, Shane. It was our pleasure, and we will see you very soon. Everybody else, stay tuned because we will be joined next by Daniel Alvarez. Take it easy, Shane.
Take it. Thanks, bud. There we go. What up, Daniel Alvarez? Welcome back to the show.
The Machete.
Yeah, good to be here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. What's going on, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing really good, actually. Definitely ready, man. I'm eager. So ready to get back in there.
You know, last time we talked to you, you wanted on this KnuckleMania card. You said you needed to be on that California card, and you got it. How happy were you when you got the phone call that said, "Hey, we want you on the KnuckleMania 4 card"?
I mean, you guys know I've been waiting for a California card since I started with BKFC. I mean, to the moment I was told, given the opportunity, I mean, I jumped on it. And you guys know it doesn't matter who it's against. I mean. Yeah, to answer that question though, I was super excited because all the supporters and just everything has been going extremely well. So yeah, and for it to be the first one in Cali ever, so that's a huge deal.
Let's talk about your last fight real quick. It was Blas, right? Alberto Blas.
Yeah.
And it ended did you get injured? Well, I can't remember, like, because when
Yeah,
We watched it on the television. We were in the back.
Yeah, we were in the
TV.
back
couldn't
conducting
hear it.
interviews. Yeah, we were conducting interviews. We were like doing backstage stuff, and we were kind of like watching on the TV. And then it ended weird. And I thought you had some sort of injury, but can you just like enlighten us on what happened that night with Alberto Blanco?
So going into that fight, my knee was already jacked. And I had been ignoring it. I couldn't run. I couldn't do the cardio like I could. You know, obviously me and my coach tried to compensate as much as we could, even with sparring. It just wasn't a good look. Not to take anything away from Alberto Blas, because I always fight guys that know how to fight, and I like to fight rink guys. So I don't want to take anything from him. There's also other things too as well. But yeah, my knee, what happened is I was already experiencing, you know, pain in my MCL, and this was already a month before that. So when I started to circle, obviously my leg started to get some really sharp pains to the point where it locked up. I mean, I couldn't move it. I couldn't move laterally. So when he caught me on the chin, I felt all my weight fell back on that leg. And the moment I got up, I tried to get, I mean, you guys seen, I got up in what, 3 seconds?
Yeah.
And so I wasn't rocked or anything, but I guess when the ref seen how I was limping, he just was like, you know what, bro, you're done. And I mean, I was upset. You guys seen I was upset. And, you know, because I mean, every single one of my fights, how many times have you seen me quit? None.
Right.
And so for me, it was definitely a bummer. But the way I look at it now is that it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I'm able to, what if I would have kept going and we went to a 5-round war or whatever it was, and then I tore my knee more, or I hurt my knee more, then I wouldn't have this opportunity for KnuckleMania, which is by far way bigger than that event, you know? So, but yeah, to answer the question, my knee was jacked. It was already jacked before the fight even happened.
So hold on, Mike, did Daniel, did you have to like receive any treatment for the knee? Do you have to have it drained?
Yeah, I did. I've received stem cells. I got peptides as well. I've had therapy on my knee. I had to literally do low impact training for a little while, and then the thing is I stayed in shape and the diet, so that helped a lot. And so now, you know, I have mobility in my knee. It just feels great compared to, and I should have did that, guys, from the beginning. I should have did that, but just because of the work ethic behind and who I was fighting, I just pushed it to the extreme, and I shouldn't have did that. So, but yeah, I definitely peptides. I mean, stem cells. I got it all done.
Okay.
So what I was going to say was, it's good that you can make a decision like that, you know, because I know a lot of the time,
yeah,
fighters, like you said, you went in hurt. So first of all, you're already kind of making that decision, like, oh, I got to just do this. I got the fight. I got to do it. The pressure's on. I cannot back out now. I got to wait forever for another fight. It's going to look bad. It's all those things, right? There's always constant pressure on the fighter because there's time, there's money, and there's also, you know, hey, how's this going to look to the boss, to the matchmaker, to the fans? Like, sure, maybe you're like, I don't give a shit what they think. But at the same time, you're also like, well, I do kind of care what they think because I need another fight, right? I don't know how often this happens, but I'm sure it's far too often where fighters go in and injured and they get hurt in the fight and they push through it and they, win or lose, end up not being able to fight for a year when, you know, if they were able to have, you know, just that little bit of time to rest and be promised to fight or something, you know, it would help out so much more. But the fight game it's grueling outside the sport, trying to get fights that you have to fight with injuries. It's just kind of sad, you know?
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, I already had been on a long delay after fighting Reggie, and it just kept being delay after delay, backed out opponents again. And so at that point, you know, you kind of get to I guess you could say the desperate point, but for a fighter, he needs to stay active. And for me, I needed to stay active. So I was like, you know what? I mean, it is what it is. I'm just going to have to perform at the best that I can. But then when you're in there, man, and something like that happens, I mean, I'm going to tough it out no matter what. I don't care if my leg was swinging back and forth. It was chopped off. Yeah, I'm going to fight no matter what. I don't like to quit. So but yeah, it just sucks. It's like kind of like you said, if I had continued and I would out for, and I completely tore it, and I was out for a year, my MCL, year and a half, it would have just sucked. That would have been miserable.
Right.
So, it's like I said, I'm okay with it now. It's obviously a lesson learned. Like I said, I'm not taking anything away from Alberto Blas. Definitely like to run that back. But yeah, super, like I said, I'm super excited for this KnuckleMania because I got a lot of supporters going, and it's great. It's close to home, so I'm happy about that.
Daniel, before you took the Reggie fight, you had a long layoff as well, right? So you didn't want to go like back to back. I mean, you kind of did, right? You went back to back long layoffs, and if you would have pulled out of that Alberto Blas fight, it would have been over a year without a fight, right? I think
exactly.
you and Reggie's fight was in like March of 2023, and you guys fought what, February 2024? So you went like 11 months without fighting. If you would have pushed it off, it would have been too goddamn long, and you had already gone on a long break anyway. So I'm glad you made the. I mean, I'm kind of glad the referee made the decision for you. You know what I mean? Like he kind of saved your knee, and now you have a chance to fight in California like you've always wanted to. You got Victor Rojas or Rosas?
Yeah,
Rosas. And like you said earlier, all you do is fight tough dudes. He is a debuting bare knuckle fighter, but he's got a really nice MMA background. He's got a nice mixed martial arts base. He's a jits guy. He's a Muay Thai guy. He can probably fight in the clinch, I'm assuming, being a Muay Thai guy. What are your thoughts on Victor? And what's your, I don't want your game plan, but what are you expecting out of him when you go in there?
So I do know he's like this, he does have a decorated MMA background, which is fine. That's all I want to do is fight fighters, man. So, obviously he has the discipline and that. So, I mean, but to what I expect from him is, of course, for him to be at his best. The only thing is about that when you go to bare knuckle, you want the best, but until you actually get hit, and no matter, we've heard this from many people, I've done MMA too, man. So bare knuckle is very different. So the moment you get cracked, I'm hoping that you still have that best, because I fought some of the best in 2 different weight divisions already, and I can tell you it's very, very different. But I do expect his conditioning to be there. I do expect him to come out technical, which is fine, but being able to display that in bare knuckle and see how it translates from MMA to bare knuckle will be interesting to me. But I just, like I said, I'm hoping to see the best Victor Rosas, but the edge that I have over him is just, I've already done this, and until you've done it, you can't really. I am expecting a lot from him, but I really believe that once he gets hit, it's going to be a whole different ball game, So, and you guys have seen it many times before. How many great MMA fighters come in here, great boxers, and what happens?
Yeah.
Not trying to downgrade his MMA record. That's great, but this is not MMA, man. It really isn't.
Well,
it's a hell of a lot different.
Yeah, it's definitely different, and people learn the second, like you just said, the second the first shot lands, their eyes open a little bit and they realize that they're in for a different night than they're used to. We're excited to see this one. You're on the biggest card they've ever put together, dude. What's it like knowing that you are getting the fight in front of your home state? You're probably going to have people out there supporting you, and you're going to be able to share a card with the names that are at the top of that card with, Perry and Thiago Alvarez and Rothwell and Hunt and those guys. It's one crazy night of fights that fighters, that are training their whole life to go pro, they dream of getting on a card like this. What are your thoughts about the evening itself and the event that they're putting on for California's first?
Well, my thoughts are pretty much very clear. It's definitely, like I said, a great, exciting feeling to be on one of the biggest cards they've ever thrown. It's going to be the biggest. for one, it's California, the state of fighting. So you guys are going to even learn right there how much California loves fighting. You guys have been to all these other states, but just wait, man. You're talking about a bunch of Mexicans. You're talking about a lot of people who just love fighting, man. And California, San Diego, LA, all these places are filled with some of the best MMA gyms, boxing gyms. My thoughts on it would be that, I'm expecting a great show. Like I said, I look at it as my show because I'm from California. So I've always wanted to be on the same cards as Lorenzo Hunt, Mike Perry. So that's that in general, because they're all champs. I love to be on cards with just champs. So that's definitely worth saying wow to, so, but just the fact of the matter that I have so many supporters going out and I have a lot of my friends and family going out, it's just an awesome feeling above all, because I've always fought in their home turf, Virginia, Florida, like I said, Miami. And for the first time, it's come here, and to be able to be on this huge card. I mean, you guys know it's blowing up, man. If you go through LA right now, you'll see billboards right there of them posting KnuckleMania. It's pretty cool. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable opportunity for you, man. And we've known you for a long time now, and we're really happy that you're getting this opportunity. I know that Scott worked hard to get you on the card as well. Shout out to Scott Farley. That's our boy too. We're gonna see you next week. We'll be out there for media day, weigh-ins, and we'll be there for the fights. I can't wait to see you in person. We'll get another chat in when we get there. Before we let you go, final words to the audience, to the people that are going to be tuned in April 27th. What do you have to say to everybody before we let you
go? You guys really tune in. This is going to be a hell of a fight. Like I said, I'm expecting the best opponent possible, and you're going to see the best version of Daniel yet. And like I said, I'm going for the finish. You guys know I love to have an exciting fight. So, that's what you guys expect. I also want to throw out some shout outs to my sponsors. All Beef, like I said, Tapia Training, of course, Valiant Training Center, all these, Joseph Perez, who's one of my also new striking coaches, Mike, I want to just make a shout out to all these people and just a shout out to everybody back home that's going out of their way to take their time to go watch me fight. Do not miss it. It's going to be a great night of fights. You guys know it. I know it. And it's definitely going to be a historic event for California.
Can't come soon enough. We will be out there next week. Daniel, thank you so much for coming on. We'll catch up with you next week in LA. And thank you. Best of luck in your fight with Victor. And Mike, what else you got for Daniel?
Yeah, and then after the fight, we can all go and watch the Lucha Libres at Diaz's after party. He said he's going to have fucking Lucha Libres and tattoos and all sorts of shit going on. So I can't wait.
All right. Sounds good, man.
All right. We'll see you next week, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Everybody else,
see you guys next week.
Everyone stick around. We got Elvin Brito coming on. Here we go.
I've been brewing. I've been cooking. I've been sizzling, and I definitely haven't been slacking. So, it's a good idea to put us to a co-main event, and in the 16-foot ring, I think it's proper. It's a great comeback, and it's going to be, guys, expect a different side of El Bandido you haven't seen in a long time. The guys have been here for a while.
Man, somebody was hyped up that fight.
I'm so happy to be back.
Oh my God! Listen, Kyle, I texted, messaged Elvin, and I said, "Man, I think you just did a Hulk Hogan heel turn.
Heel turn.
You were like a lovable guy. Everybody liked you. You've been around for a while. You're like the BKFC likable dude, and then all of a sudden you're gone for a while, and you come back out. You end the fight quick, and then you just start yelling at everybody, and everybody started booing him too.
I was pissed off. No, I was glad they started booing me. I was like, man, we've been doing this for so long. Like, that's where I got my name from. You know, like I've been doing, my whole career has been going to other people's place as an underdog and fucking up their guy and getting booed at and just, you know, just raging, you know. And it's actually my buddy, Joe Boydick, who he started training mixed martial arts with me when I was 21 to fight the first day. And I called him. I'm like, bro, you have to come to this fight because we're going to go old school on this dude. We're going to do an old school pack style beatdown. And I knew it. We've been working real hard. And it was perfect.
It was, I mean,
I did exactly what I said I was going to do. You could look up when I announced the fight. I've been saying I was going to punish this dude from the moment when they announced the fight. I've been hashtagging it in every post. So I already knew it was going to be a punishment. I'm going to tell you right now, like, the same reason that so many people trust me is the same reason why some people don't like me. I call it how it is. You know, I'm like that with myself too. I'm not, you know, I'm actually worse on myself. I'm always beating myself. I'm always critical. I'm always want more. But I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea because if I say something, or I'm still kind of pissed off just thinking about why I was so pissed off. But Jafar Fort is a good fighter. I don't never met Jafar Fort in person. I don't know him in any way. But Jafar Fort is a good fighter. He was undefeated. He is a good fighter, and I'm sure he's gonna keep doing good in the sport. But there's levels to this, you know. And for me, it was a perfect opportunity to demonstrate it, you know. And
did you think it was gonna be as quick as it did? Like, I know you said what you were gonna do, but did you expect it to be in and out of there so fast?
I knew it was like the way that I've been training, the way I'm responding with everybody, it's a very slight adjustment. One of the biggest things, if you watch, because the fight happened real fast, but a lot of stuff happened different. There was one moment when I came in with a foot, boom, 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 and then I just put my hands up. And he went to throw a combination, he just stopped and backed up. Maybe he was expecting to have to come after me, but I never moved, you know. And that's really it's a very subtle difference for a guy at my level. It's deadly, you know. I've been doing these two fights, back-to-back losses, really had me looking back at everything because I understand what the kind of fighter I am. I was looking back into my old mixed martial arts fights. You know, when I went into Florida, and because I was in Florida, because when I went to Florida, when I first moved to Florida, at my peak, I was 263 in the world out of the top 8,000 in mixed martial arts. You know, I was a top-ranked mixed martial artist, and you know, the Florida Commission holds a special place in my heart. You know, because they ruined my career when I went decision after decision after decision after decision, and then with what happened in Miami and being in Miami, being over there again, and I was like, man, like. I hate those people. Those people like aren't fit to judge us because they don't even understand how kind of fight we sacrifice like this. They don't have any prerequisite like they should. So it was a statement for, you know, everybody who's like looking at my fights and my decision losses and thinking that I'm a wash, that I'm done, that, you know, because I really, and even my friend who, like I said, he started training with me. He hadn't seen me in a long time. He was maybe worried about maybe I'm getting old, you know. As soon as he touched me, he's like, oh, shit, you know. And he already knew. And that was the same thing with Britton and Lorenzo. They came out here at the end of my training camp, and they were like, as soon as they touched me, they're like, uh-oh, this guy's in trouble, you know.
Let me ask you this, Elvin. I look at your division now. You're back. You're back in the winning in the winning circle here. You're the former champion.
You guys can do whatever you want, you know, whatever, shuffle around.
Well, what do you think they do? So they already got Trinidad Snake and Dustin Pager about to fight.
And I'm going to tell you right now, listen, I know that they're like, oh, you know, Trout has to do a rematch with Palomino. But I'm going to tell you right now, when I lost to Palomino, and it was a controversial ass loss in a fucking cesspool, they ran with the belt. They never gave me. They ran and then lost it to an outsider with no professional fights, just a professional boxer. Never had a professional fight in his life till this day because Palomino boxed him, and then lost it to an outsider who's never had a professional life, right? But I never got a rematch. But he got his ass kicked, or he gets a rematch, right? Why don't we just move on? Because even if he wins again, even if Trout beats him again, it's an usurper. You never beat the champ. He was never the champ. I'm the champ. I'm getting pissed off thinking about it.
So keep going.
Pissed off thinking about it.
Give me the full heel turn.
Get it all
Elvin. Tell us.
Trout's never. He still have. I haven't seen him fight. I've seen him beat up a guy that shouldn't be in there with him, and then beat a guy who's fucking way too small to be in the 165 division.
Okay,
but I've never seen him beat a champ. You know?
Let me toss a few things out real quick.
He's 2-0. He's 2-0. He's green. He hasn't even. I gotta make him bleed first for him to say that he's a veteran.
But he is. So, unfortunately, you know that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna give Palomino the rematch, right?
Of course, he gets a rematch. But when I get fucked over, I don't get a rematch, right?
And they have Dustin. They have Dustin Page and Carlos Trinidad Snake booked. They got Snake, and so that leaves you fresh off a win. You took no damage. You're in great shape. You're ready to fight. Do you want a Rico Franco, a Jake Lindsay? Do you want one of these guys in the meantime?
I'll take anybody. I've been saying that for a long time. I don't matter. I want Trout. So if they got to put another body in front of him, like everybody knows, if you don't know the sport, you see this fight on paper and you say this is a good fight. If you don't know the sport, you see El Bandito raging in the ring and you're like, why is he mad? But if you know, you're like, fuck yeah, you know, all right? That's all that matters. Whether you know, so give me another one if you want, whatever. I'm not going nowhere, obviously. I'm not done. So if you got to give me another body, give me another body. But I want my belt. There's no way around it. Because you can put another guy, put Rico Franco in there, put anybody else. There's levels to this. And I know Trout is a good fighter. I know he's a great boxer. I would love to fight him in that 16-foot. I want to just fight in that 16-footer for the rest of my career. That's the one that I want. I don't want no more bullshit, you know? No more, you know?
Love it.
We're going old school. We're just going to beat him down.
Really beat down. He's getting in there and beating him down. So, yeah, what happened?
Just like the old days, you know?
I hate to like here's the thing, like obviously was nothing against Fort, but we had spoken about this with you. We've talked about it last week on the show. We were talking about odds and everything, and the odds that came out were odd.
Yeah, because what it looks like on paper, it's just like Trout is the champion on paper, and this guy was negative 400 on paper.
Yeah. Minus 407, and you were a plus 274. So
Palomino beat me on paper. You know,
that's like those odds right there are for somebody who does not know what, basically how to fight. Maybe they're making a debut and they're facing possibly someone like you, right? You should be like a minus 407 against somebody who maybe is in their second fight and has only fought a debut guy.
Never been dropped, never been hurt.
It's insane. I don't know how that happened. I would like to know. So if anybody knows who makes those odds, please get us in touch. We need to know what their standards are.
Against the guy who gets punched and laughs, right? When he gets punched, I laugh when I get punched, right? That's you're gonna put him against me, you know?
Well,
come
you're
on,
always
man.
smiling and laughing.
There's a reason why people come over here. It's not just because I'm nice. I can be mean too. And my friends were glad that I got to be mean this time because they needed it. They need to remember that, like, that's why I was saying when I was raising my belt, I was like, look, it don't matter that some retards, some stupid judges screwed me over. You can't just beat me. Ain't nobody just beat me. That's not happening. When it happens, listen, when it happens, I will admit it. I'll be like, good job, you won. I've lost before. I won too. I know the difference. And I was there. I'm a veteran. You can't bullshit me. You can't tell me what happened. 4-1, 4-0. How? It was somebody flipped the cards or something, Come on.
That was a crazy night, and unfortunately,
Everybody knows the outrage of the people that were actually there. The outrage was ridiculous.
that was a wild night. I will say that was a wild night for all of us there, Elvin.
You know, sometimes you gotta be, you know, it's good. Everybody has to be unbiased and stuff, but I don't. I could just call it how it is.
Yeah.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about this matchup between Peg and Snake? Who do you think's taking this fight?
Man, it's a really, really tough fight, you know, because it's a style thing, you know. Snake has we already knew going into the fight with Snake that he was going to be kind of weird because he's going to be moving back, and he's tough too. Like if you drop him, he's going to get back up. It's not like he's going to give up on you. He's already proven that he's a fighter, so that he's a dog. So you're dealing with two things that are particular to him that could be problems. Now Peg, he's been showing every time he fights he's gotten better, you know, and
he's kind of a fucking tank at 165 pounds too. He's a big boy.
But he has a punchable face.
Yes, he does. He does get hit. I will give you that.
I'll punch him. His face is very punchable. Okay, I'll punch the crap out of that face.
Right. He's been hit in every one of his fights. We've seen him get hit in every one of his fights.
I didn't get hit my last fight.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. Like I said, man, if they are going to go with the rematch with Palomino, I don't know if that's what they're going to do, or if these two, the winner of this one, gets the title shot. That does leave you out there, and I don't want to see you on the shelf too long, especially because you've been training so hard. You've been training so hard. You're in great shape. You never stop training. You're in training camp right now with Lorenzo.
I went home and on Monday I was.
That's what I'm saying.
Wake
you
up,
could
guys,
fight
let's
somebody next week on KnuckleMania. You could. I feel like you could fight someone next week if they needed you to jump in. So, yeah,
let's
man.
see it. Let's make it happen. Let's come on, throw another fight on the bonus fight.
Dave.
How about bonus fight? They don't even announce it's a fight, and then they put it together, and then all of a sudden, boom, you guys are coming out. That'd be cool.
You can say whatever you want about me, but I love this bare knuckle stuff, man. I've been here since BKFC 3, and when I started fighting, I didn't need the money. I was literally doing it because I love it. You guys know that. I told you guys when I first met you. And
wouldn't it be some crazy shit if they did?
Man. I was gone for too long, but it's definitely not my fault. But I'm just telling you right now, I am not gonna sit. It's not gonna happen. I'm fighting. I'm ready.
You need to fight. You remember back in like old school pro wrestling days when they would have a mystery opponent? It would be like Hulk Hogan versus a mystery opponent.
Yeah,
they should.
Like, oh, Latino, no.
Survivor Series with the question mark and the shadow.
With a silhouette. Yeah, put a silhouette and a question mark. Yeah. They bring out some 165.
Like, oh, no, the NWO song.
Oh, dude, that shit would be hilarious. I mean, that would be fucking awesome. Yeah. I mean, we wanted to get you back on here because you did come out with a head of steam there, and you were fired up afterwards. And the video that the BKFC had that cool video of you walking backstage, and you were just going off.
And honestly, look, I look at the video, and when I see myself get mad, I get mad, and I know that I'm not gonna be happy till I get my belt back. Like I'm not gonna be able to fight just. That's how I'm gonna be till I get my belt, and hopefully I get in a better mood when I get my belt. Because if not, I'm just gonna keep beating motherfuckers' ass. I'm just not having it anymore. You know. If not, you can knock me out, and if you knock me out, don't worry. I'm not a scumbag or anything. I'm gonna be like, hey, good job. It happens. It's a rough game we play. You know, if I lose fair and square, I don't have no problem with calling it. You know.
Elvin, have you ever been to Connecticut?
No.
I'm thinking like May 11th. May 11th is Mohegan Sun Arena. It would be pretty cool to showcase El Bandito in front of our people up here in New England. I put on a good
show every time. And now I'm we got a heel turn now, you know, so it'll be cool.
Yep. Go ahead. Look right into the camera and say, Jake Lindsay, I know you're not busy right now. Meet me at Mohegan Sun Arena May 11th. Me and you, buddy.
Hey, Jake Lindsay, you know, he's a freaking, you know, he's a badass dude. You know, he'll fight you to the end. Let's go.
I'm saying, I think that would be a great fight.
Awesome.
We need you back on there. So before we wrap up with you tonight, we do want to talk about. We're gonna see you right next week. We're gonna see you KnuckleMania 4.
Nah, I'm not gonna make it, man.
You're not going?
Come on.
I want to go. It's just like my ticket's not getting comped on. I can't justify the expense. You know, if somebody want to find out, you guys call me.
You gotta be in somebody's corner.
Work it over.
I just fought. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish this week. Friday will be my last day, and I'll finally get to rest, and then I'll let Lorenzo do his thing, and then you know.
What is?
I heard Scott Farley
Make
sitting
peace
on a
with the fact
pallet
that
of
I'm gonna
cash.
be there. Yeah, I gotta make peace with it. LA. It's a far trip away. You know, I got ghosts to feed. You know.
Mike just said he
I heard
heard.
Scott Farley sitting on a pallet of cash over at a storage facility. I heard.
Yeah, right.
So you should work that money over, Scott.
Huge bank off this new deal he's working, exploiting fighters.
Let's go, Scott. Bring the Scart out. We need Scart Farley.
Yeah, bring Scart Farley in his pallet.
Yeah. That's money.
So before we let you go, dude, what is heavyweight Lorenzo like in training camp?
You know what, Lorenzo, he is way bigger, but he's still Lorenzo. You know, it's just like a big ass version of Lorenzo. But he, you know, when I first met Lorenzo, I told him, like, bro, you're a true cruiserweight. Like, you could really hang out and you could do heavyweight, light heavyweight, you know, 195. You could do all those weights. Just you're big and strong enough. And it's gonna be interesting doing this. He's at the cusp of greatness. You know, this Triple Crown is gonna be awesome. I was telling him, like, it's not gonna be the GOAT no more. You're gonna be the horse. You know, because it's gonna the Triple Crown. You know?
Nice.
You're gonna have, you know, but he's at the cusp of greatness. I'm just glad I'm able to, you know, do my part in it. But he's the one fighting. Just like we all feed off of each other. We're such an awesome team, you know, Team Gold Rush. And but at the end of the day, we all fight on our own.
Does this mean that we're gonna have to watch out for a bunch of old white women with weird hats on at the arena?
Maybe.
The Triple Crown, you know, come on now.
They're gonna be like, it's gonna
That's
be
all
awesome,
I
dude.
know about. I don't know anything about horse racing, but
The
every time
Queen
I
is
put
here.
that shit
You
on,
know,
it's
when the
always some
fucking- when the
people
Royals
with big
start
ass,
coming.
weird ass hats, all weird hats, rich
Yeah.
people with fucking big hats on.
I said, you guys just have to. If he wins, when he wins, you gotta do the horse with his face on it. You know.
We could definitely do that for sure. All right. Well, Elvin, I hope that they get you a fight soon. I hope they turn around and give you another one soon.
Please.
Maybe it would be. I mean,
I
May
gotta get it
11th
out.
is probably out of the question, but that would be a wish list item for us. Seeing how you
I'm
didn't
still
take any
pissed, bro.
damage and you look great. So
I'm still pissed too. I need to beat somebody else's ass as soon as possible. So I want to. I'm trying to move it along and then give me Trout and then like give me my belt back and then let's go. Get back to work. You know, let's get this shit how it's supposed to be. You know, I haven't forgot. I ain't forgot what happened. And I'm not gonna pretend like it didn't.
yeah. All right. Well, everybody should be happy that El Bandito is back. He's
I ain't
on his
going
way.
nowhere. You
He
gotta
ain't
deal
going
with my
no-
ass.
He
I ain't going nowhere.
I love
And the
that.
whole videos don't mean shit. Go watch all day. I'm gonna get right in your face. Now, what are you gonna do? Break your hands, dude.
Hey,
No, I'm gonna break your hands.
awesome shit.
Break their
Elvin.
hands with your face? Or just
Break your
their
hands, break your face, break your heart, bro, and then I'm gonna take you down. I've already been there. It's my 10th fight. My next one's gonna be 11, 12, 13, 15.
It's so crazy.
It don't matter. 20. I already did 10. Look at me. I can do 10 more.
You look great. You look beautiful. Love it.
There's 10
Look
more.
at this guy.
I mean,
He's glowing.
I'm always
He's glowing.
ugly when I started.
I love it, man. Elvin, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
All right,
As always, you're a great guest, and you looked great in your fight. I hope it's a busy year for you. I hope they.
We're, you know, guys gonna deliver, man. We've been just holding our stakes, man. We ain't sold out yet, so we're holding out, baby. We're gonna get it. I'll see you
Let's
guys
do
real
it.
soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
We
much.
got big things coming in. One way or the other, we're gonna shove it in. Watch. You're gonna hear some shit soon.
Mike, you got anything else for him?
Nah, man. Just thank you for coming on.
Yep.
I'm
I want to
happy
thank
for you.
I want to thank Scott. I want to thank Chris Lawrence for being the cornerstone of this training camp. I want to thank all my friends, all my local sponsors. I want to thank the municipality of Mount Nabo for sponsoring me, and I got so much love. I want to thank the champs, Lorenzo and Britton, for feeding me some of their energy and for me giving it right back to them. And I'm really, like I said, I'm really thankful for this fight. I woke up thankful the day of the fight, and I already knew what was going to happen. So and thank you guys, Mike and Mish. Thank you, David Feldman, for having me back. And thank you, BKFC, for even existing. And I appreciate you guys, man.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think about those no quarter combatives, crazy sons of bitches that are hanging around you guys? Huh?
No, I hate those guys. Those guys are just dumb.
Get out of here. Fire their ass off the roof.
I like Nate, bro. Nate's cool, bro. He loves this shit too. Like he's living it, you know. He lives it. No, he's the gypsy, you know.
Yeah,
I got like a new nickname for him every morning, you know. And we're getting it. He's there every step of the way with us, you know. And I told him every time I tell him, I'm like, man, thanks for what you're doing for Lorenzo, you know, because I'm glad that he deserves that kind of help, you know. So I'm glad that he's getting it.
I love that. Nice. Well, you guys just keep surrounding yourself with good people, and good things will happen. Elvin, thank you for coming back. And
yes, sir.
Mike, we're good to go.
Man. Yes, sir. Thanks, Elvin. Let's come out of this interview with another Elvin video. How about that? Let's do it. Adios,
later, Elvin. See ya.
I'm not trying to show off or anything, but back on and stop my titty. Oh yeah, baby.
Dude, you gotta love Elvin, baby. Man. Yeah, baby. That was second level, Mike, that night.
Second level. That was second level. That night was second level, right?
I love that night was crazy. And yeah, you gotta love Elvin. It was great to see him back in there, really performing at the high level that he's normally at. And like I said, I truly hope that they put him back in there soon, because you go through like a real grueling training camp, get yourself in the best shape you can get in, try to make a comeback, make a statement, and then he makes that statement in the first like 40 seconds of the fight or whatever, however long. How long was that fight? Was it like something like that?
It wasn't that long. I can get you the actual.
Either way,
numbers.
Get you
the numbers if you
want. What
them.
I'm getting to is he comes off a long layoff. He's in great shape. He's ready to rock, and he is in such great shape and ready to rock so much that he gets in and out of there in less than a minute. And now he takes no damage. His hands are fine. He didn't get hit. You got to hope that they turn around and give him another quick turnaround fight. You know what I mean? He's a name. He's a former champion. People love him. He's a fan favorite. And yeah, man, he's the heart and soul of Puerto Rican bare knuckle boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had him at 40 seconds is what it says on BoxRec.
40 seconds.
40 seconds.
40 seconds. Yeah, he looked great. And yeah, man, those potential opponents that I had mentioned, like Rico Franco or Lindsay, those make sense because of the rankings. And Dustin and Trinidad Snake are busy with each other. They may give Palomino the run back. They need to announce that soon if they're going to do that.
I know.
If they're going to do that, make the announcement. I feel like it's going to happen, right? Because Palomino wants it, so they're probably going to give it to him, right? And it was his first loss in the BKFC. I do also agree with Elvin's side. Elvin was the champ, and it was such a super tight fight, and a lot of people, we've watched it back. I totally understand Elvin winning that fight. And we watched it back that night. We were 100% like, I don't.
5 in the morning watching that thing.
5 o'clock in the morning, we're rewatching it, and I'm like, I don't think Palomino won that decision. I think he got the hometown, nod, and it is unfortunate, but it was so close that it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I didn't think
That
it wasn't bad. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. I
that
would like to see it again. And we need to
yes,
see it
that
run back. I don't want to
warranted
see it run back in 3 years.
that warranted
You know?
a rematch though, and it didn't happen. And that's a tragedy because Elvin deserved the rematch. It was so close. It could have went either way. He deserved the rematch. So now he finds himself at number 4 in the top 5, coming off an impressive win. And then you got these other 2 fights that are already brewing. One of them already being booked with Pagan Snake. It does leave Jake Lindsay opponentless. It does leave Rico Franco kind of floating out there too. Either one of those 2 would be fantastic fights for him. If we really tried, we could probably come up with some other guys as well, but you know what I mean? It would be great to see him get a quick turnaround fight.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, if other guys would lead him to the title, sure, but I feel like it's got to be those guys.
Oh, Howie Atherton just said Connor Turney. We never saw that one. Connor Turney would be a good one.
It would be, that would be a good fight. That would be a good fight. So there is others out there, but would they lead him to the title? I think a win over Connor would be a good win, even though he's coming
Back
from a
to back.
loss.
Was it?
So,
Has he lost 1 or 2 in a row? 1, Connor.
I think just one.
Just 1. For some reason, I feel like he lost a second one, but
He fought Elmore, right?
yeah,
And then he fought Lindsay.
Oh, so
And I don't think he's fought since.
he hasn't fought since Lindsay. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're right. Yeah, man. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Connor Turney, 7-1. Yeah,
Just
that's
one
right.
loss.
Jeremiah Riggs, Joe Elmore, Jake Lindsay. So, and that was March 4th, 2023. So it's been over a year. It's been 13 months, over 13 months.
Yeah. Elvin Brito. They do the return of Bryce Hall at KnuckleMania 4 against a mystery opponent. And then it's Elvin Brito. They do
Jesus Christ. Sorry, Bryce, but you're gonna die tonight. We just did it just for the views, sir. Take one for the team.
We did it for the gram. Let's go. I
don't think Bryce Hall's gonna be into that.
No, but Bryce don't even get to know who the mystery
He doesn't know.
is. No,
Yeah, that's
sign the contract. We'll give you this much money.
Yeah,
we're gonna put the name on the other side after.
And you go, okay, and they flip it over
that night he's like, oh shit. Oh man, that shit would be crazy.
He's gonna need a steel chair, man.
Yeah,
gonna need one of them chairs.
You know, we had a good
foreign object.
Yeah, we had a really good show with these guys tonight. I think that Shane Jordan is going to be a lot better than a lot of people are thinking. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a lot of people know him. I don't think a lot of people have taken the time to look into him.
He has a record. He had a bunch of amateur fights. He won Golden Gloves 2018.
Right. He can throw hands.
And so he does have a lot of boxing experience.
He has 17 years of boxing training under his belt.
Yeah, he's got a bunch.
And he's got good hand speed.
Since 13. I have.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got, if you go just onto his Instagram, he has a lot of training videos on there. He does have footwork. He does have speed. And I can't tell by the videos how much power he has, because anybody can look powerful hitting a bag, but he's saying he's got power. So, footwork, speed, and power and technique. He brings it in there, and if he can weather the storm that is David Diaz, he could surprise everybody and plant his flag in the 135-pound division of the BKFC, which would be interesting because all those lower divisions are starting to get interesting, man. They're starting.
They definitely are.
They definitely load up.
And when I first heard about Shane, I just automatically heard right out the gate. I'm not going to say who the first person was that talked to us about him, but they were just like, this dude's just like an influencer. Like that's what I just an influencer. That's it. It's just influencer. So I'm thinking like, oh man, why the hell? Why would they be just doing just an influencer? You know? Oh no, you want to know what? Actually, I think the first person to mention it was Diaz himself when he came on the show for a short 5 minutes when he was in the comments and he jumped in and he said that. I'm fighting somebody. We didn't know who exactly it was, but then I talked to somebody else and then they were just saying like this guy basically doesn't know anything about fighting. So I was like, oh my God, what the hell? That's crazy. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
You know,
right.
maybe he's just really famous and they just want to put him in there and he's from LA, but really he's from Brockton. And secondly, he's been boxing since he was 13. So sure, he's not like professional high level boxer since, you know, but that's okay. Listen, that's a lot more of experience than most people. I think half the freaking roster that's fought. A lot of people have MMA experience, so they dabble in a bunch of different things. There are a lot of people who go in to bare knuckle that don't even have boxing experience, and they do okay. But like, I think he's going to do all right. But we know Diaz, like I said earlier, he has heart, and you cannot teach heart. And you said he is going to come out guns blazing, and he's gotten better every fight. So his fourth fight, he knows what to expect. He's been in 15 rounds and he's ready to brawl. I know it. And he's, you know, the guy's got charisma, he's got swag. He's going to be in there and he's going to be looking to kick ass in front of his hometown.
You know what I wish we asked Shane? Now that I just talk about being an influencer and a fighter, Ryan Garcia is fighting Devin Haney this weekend.
Yes.
And Ryan Garcia has kind of became this weird, like he was like this
weird.
He was becoming this up and coming megastar in boxing with the fastest hands you've ever seen in your life. He's knocking everybody out. And now he's like venturing into this weird state of wacky influencer dude that still boxes on a high level. And have you seen any of the fucking interviews with him this week?
I've seen like all of them because I just
did you see the one that GQ did where he's wearing the all white and he started like doing fucking music on his chair? He's so weird. He's out there, dude. I don't know. I thought at first he was just putting on an act, but I think for him to be acting this fucking wild in every single time a camera is in front of him.
You know, he puts lotion in his hair. Do you know that?
I didn't know that, but he's just a fucking.
Yeah, he said something like, I'm pretty sure it was lotion. He was like, oh, I did it by accident at one time and it worked. So he actually takes like fucking like lotion and puts it instead of hair gel.
But anyway, I would have loved to have gotten Shane's 2 cents on that, coming from the boxing world and that fight being such a big fight coming up this weekend. I don't know who wins that one, but I feel like Devin Haney's gonna fucking work him over. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we will see. We will see. So, but anyways, tomorrow is coming up quick, and we have another 3 guests.
Mike, do you know who we have? We have 3 big guests tomorrow, guys. We have Big Ben Rothwell will start off the show.
Nice.
Followed by
I like that guy.
Gigantic Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt following Big Ben.
He's going to run through a few walls live on the show.
Yes, he is. 240-pound Lorenzo Hunt will be on the show following Big Ben Rothwell. And then we have another fighter who's returning to the squared circle in California. Crystal Pittman will be on the show to wrap up the show with us tomorrow night. So we get another 3-peat tomorrow. And it's going to be a good one. Those are 3 great guests every time they come on.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure everybody's tuned in for that one tomorrow night because Big Ben Rothwell, Lorenzo Hunt, and Crystal Pittman will deliver. And I can't wait to talk to all 3 of them. I love all 3 of those guys and girl.
Yep. So cannot wait for tomorrow. Everybody, hope to see you all there. Tell your friends, tell your family. Come one, come all to the Mike and Mish show. It's a bare knuckle extravaganza. We are bare knuckle all the time.
And if you want tickets to May 11th,
yes,
May 11th, Mohegan Sun Arena. There's a quick, easy link on my personal Facebook page, on our show Facebook page. You could screenshot that QR code right now, unless it's too fuzzy, and you could
Might be, but that's okay.
you could try it
online
because May 11th at Mohegan Sun is going to be historic, and I think it's going to be fucking phenomenal, and we're going to have a blast. Mike and I are going to try to play host as best as we can after the fights and at the weigh-ins. It is our stomping grounds, and I hope to see as many people as possible there, dude.
People better come out for this event, damn it.
If you guys, hey, listen, if you know anything about combat sports and you know anything about MMA and boxing and bare knuckle, go onto the BKFC app and take a look at that fight card that they built for the May 11th card. It's phenomenal, top to bottom. It's fantastic. It's a great night of fights to break the, to bust the New England cherry of their bare knuckle virginity. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. Damn right. Cannot wait. Coming up quick. KnuckleMania next week. Got three big guests on tomorrow night. Kyle, what do you say?
I say we get the fuck out of here. Mike, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. Shout out to Bucked Up and Dynamic Life for sponsoring us on our journey through bare knuckle. Peace.